Okay, so what you need to understand by these pattern numbers, the patrone, you will get something like this in your test. And then you will be asked to give me A and B's value. So this is actually the easy part, which is in order for me to get that value, I will need to look at X and see how did I use X to get Y. Okay, so X, how did you use it? And you got Y. So to get from 4, the easiest way is to do this on a piece of paper. From 4 to 4, what did you do? Wait, let me just quickly change that one. That's not correct. All right, there we go. Sorry, I just needed to fix this quickly because I wrote it incorrectly. All right, so how did you get from 2 to 4? You multiplied 2 with 2. Okay. So how do you get from 5 to 5? You multiplied 5 with itself. And then you'll start seeing a pattern. So you're multiplying each x with itself. So, take that away because that might confuse you now. So if you had 2 times 2 give you 4, and 5 times 5 can give you 25, and 6 times 6 gives you 36. You need to tell me, obviously, what times what will give you 64. So if you go and work it out, then obviously if you don't know your times tables, you're gonna try a few on your calculator before you actually find it. And you will see that 8 times 8 is going to give you 64. So your answer for A is 8. And then they ask you for B. Now, if every term here multiplies with itself, then obviously 24 times 24 is going to give you 576. Okay, so that is one of the questions you're going to work out, and that's um, the way to do it. The next question you will have is something like this. It would say, determine the number rule or the pattern rule. In Afrikaans, die algemene patroonreël vir die vorm van TN. Now, what does this stand for? TN stands for term number, term nommer. Okay, that's what that stands for. Now, we said here you multiply the term number with itself. So if you're going to write it there, it's going to be something like term number multiplied by the term number. Or, and just in English and Afrikaans, it stays the same, right? TN. Term nommer, term number. But what do we do if we multiply something with itself? We can also say n to the power of 2, which means this number multiplies with itself. Then when you've answered that question, okay, so being done with this is now, the following question's got nothing to do with that. So then they're going to ask you to calculate a term number, but they are actually giving you the term number, right? So let's say, for example, they say Tn equals, and now they give you a term number. They say 8 n plus 3. And the question was, give me the ninth term number's value. Then you'll just go and replace 8 n, you replace with the term number they want, plus 3. And then just 8 times 9 plus your 3, and that will give you 75. So in this question, with this that they gave you, the ninth term in this general rule, hierdie algemene reël, will give you 75. So if they, for example, tell you then, okay, 8n plus 3. There's no difference. Onthou, wanneer ek 'n hakkie het wat langs 'n nommer staan of wanneer ek nie die hakkie daar het nie, it still means multiply. Okay? So this is still 8 times 9 plus 3. Doesn't matter how you write it as long as you work it out correctly. That first, according to BODMAS, which would give you 72, if you really want to do it the long way, and 75. Okay? So always just follow the general rule and replace the n with whatever term number they would like you to work out. The following will be asked of you. You will be given x, y, and then a column. I'm just going to do 2. And then they tell you, okay, the rule is y equals 3x minus 3. So that means y is most now this column here. To get this answer, you need to follow this rule. So all you need to do then is like fill in your blanks. So to get y, you're going to say 3. X is going to be replaced, so you put it in brackets. So x in this case for this column is 2. So just put 2 in there, and then just work out the sum. So 3 times 2 is 6 minus 3, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So y in that case is 3. Now when you have y, but you need x, this is still the same, right? But you're going to do it in reverse. So in order for you to get y, that's y, 12, it's already there. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated. What you would like to do is get x on its own. So you're going to throw these over, right, until x is on its own. When you throw an amount over to the other side, then this is, it's going to change. It's going to be the opposite. So firstly, you want to get rid of the minus. So when you throw that minus over there, it changes to 12 plus 3. Do you see what happened there? And then the x stays behind. The 3x still stays there. You've changed that now. You took it away because you threw it over. So 12 plus 3 gives you 15. And then you still have your 3x there. Now, this is more 3 times x because there's a bracket there. So if you want to throw that over, that means 15 divided by 3. And then all that's left is your x, so you can take your bracket away. So 15 divided by 3 gives you 5. And then your x. So x equals 5. So this answer here is 5. So let's quickly see if we actually put it in. If we'll get the same. So 3 times, just ignore that actually. 3 times 5 is 15 minus 3, and that gives you 12. So that's correct. So do a few of these. Use these that I gave you. It's not the same as that's going to be in the test, but this is the best way to practice it. Do a few of these, and especially this one was actually called solving x. So just remember, when you throw over the amount, until you get x alone, you do the opposite of what it's on that side. So if that side is minus, other side will be plus. If that side is times, the other side will be divide. And yeah, that's all you need to know for this sum. If you do exactly these and just practice them, you'll do good.